Well, hello there, and welcome to the Good Old Days of Radio show. This is your host, John Tefteller. And today, we have a special guest. Once again, not the same guest that we had before. I don't mean it that way. I mean, once again, we have a special guest, because we don't have too many guests on this show. But every once in a while, we try to do this. And we have done some interviews over the last couple years with some of the pioneer radio show collectors and radio personalities that were on the air, some of them back as far as the early 70s, playing vintage radio shows to introduce a whole new generation to vintage radio. And we've had J. David Golden, probably the most famous of the East Coast vintage radio show collectors. And we've had a few others. And today we have, I would guess, the most legendary of the West Coast early collectors. He's laughing because he probably doesn't consider himself legendary, but anyway, I consider him legendary. It's Jerry Haendiges, and I will give you a little bit of my memories because I have known Jerry since I was pretty much a very young person. I think, and Jerry, you may remember differently, but I think I first met you at your electronics store in Whittier when I was about 11 years old. My father brought me in there. I'm not sure who recommended me to go see you. You may or may not remember this. I don't know. But anyway, my father brought me in to see you because I wanted to buy some really nice speakers for an audio system that I was putting together to be able to play vintage radio shows and listen to vintage radio shows and vintage records. And you set me up with some really nice 15 or 16-inch speakers. I can't remember. I think there were 15-inch speakers, which I had until not that long ago, maybe 15 years ago, when I replaced them with Altec Voice of the Theater speakers. But anyway, you sold me some nice speakers at a very nice price, as I recall, and we started talking about vintage radio shows and just became friends. Is that what you remember?
Well, actually, that may have happened.
Oh.
But when I actually met you was after we started SPERDVAC.
Oh.
And one of the people that came up to me after we started SPERDVAC came up to me, and I think it was Chris Lambisis, and he said, "You've got to meet this young kid. He's unbelievable." And so he actually took me down to your house in La Mirada.
Wow.
And introduced me at Point.
Okay, I don't remember this, but all right.
Yeah, well, you're a little kid. And so I walked into your bedroom, and it was a shrine to the Marx Brothers.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember how impressed I was with your knowledge of everything.
Yeah, for 11 years old, I guess I had a lot of knowledge then. I don't know, I don't remember, but I remember studying vintage radio and vintage movies and vintage television and all of that, going back to when I was 8. So yeah, okay, interesting. You came to my house in Whittier. Okay,
that would have been in 1974.
74. Okay, then I would have been a little bit older, but okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think you were a teenager.
But I do remember remember buying speakers from you at your store, but I thought it was before that. But I who knows? It's a long time ago. Gee, your memory's better than mine with some of this stuff.
Well, I was impressed, John. I really was.
Okay, well, thanks. And we've been friends for decades since, right? Because this is 2026 now. And that would have been 1974, according to your memory. So interesting. Well,
yeah, and it's been a very good relationship.
Yeah, well, thank you. I agree. All right. Well, why don't we kind of go back to your beginnings with vintage radio? I'm sure that you listened to vintage radio when you were much younger, but at what point did it cross your mind that you might want to start actually collecting and or saving this type of thing?
Okay, well, I was born in 1937, so I grew up with old radio when it was new radio.
Right.
And so about 1947, all of a sudden, my parents bought their first television set, and radio went bye-bye for the most part. I
In
still listen to it a little
47, wow, you were out of radio early then, because radio continued on till the late 50s, but yeah.
Right. So I was exactly. I would listen to radio once in a while, but not very much. And so then we got a television set, and I watched television, and every once in a while I would go listen to the Saturday morning Let's Pretend, Buster Brown, that sort of thing.
Right.
But that was the extent of my new radio when it was new. Then, when I was getting out of the Army in 1965, came home, we bought a house, and for, I don't know really why, but I was just listening to the radio one day, and I happened to listen to a program, probably NPR, I don't know, and it was a program talking about sound effects, and they played Inner Sanctum Mysteries opening. And I thought, oh, I remember that. That was great stuff. And so then, it just brought back my childhood memories. So I just started going around to radio stations and said, do you have any of these old programs? Of course, most of them didn't even know what I was talking about, but they would say, well, we've got these big records. We don't know what they are. You can have them if you want them. That was the beginning of my collection.
Okay, and that was 1965.
1965.
Wow, okay, yeah, you are one of the pioneers, if not the pioneering West Coast collector. You and Frank Brzee and Marty Halpern all about the same time then.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I happened to listen to Mike Kingston. Do you know Mike Kingston at all?
No. Was he somebody that was playing vintage radio in Los Angeles area?
Yes, actually in Orange County. And I happened to tune into his program, and he's a young kid. He's blind, and a lot of people know him because he became famous at the World Trade Center when it was bombed with his dog, and that was many years later, of course. But anyhow, I started talking to him. I really liked our conversation and everything, so I'd go down and meet with him at the station. And he would put me on sometimes and everything else. So we started collecting. That was my very first old-time radio friend. And we started collecting and sharing, I should say, with several people. Then I had built up a pretty decent collection. And one day I was listening to KCRW in Santa Monica. Joe Bluestein was an engineer. And he was playing old radio programs. But that was because he was given his own show, and the only thing he could do was play old radio. He was an engineer. He knew nothing about old radio. And so I would listen to his. He would play the commercial records. And one day he said, put out a plea, actually. He said, if anybody has any of these old programs they could share with me, please let me know. So I called him, and that became a friendship with him, and I started producing a radio program for him. That was my very first radio program.
And what year was that?
That would have been in 1974, I think. No, about 70. 70, 71, 72.
Yeah, because it would have been
Yeah,
before Frank Brzee was with Roger Carroll on KMPC and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Frank Brzee became a good friend too later, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Are either of these two people that you've mentioned, are either of them still with us?
Mike Kingston probably. Yeah, Mike Kingston is, because I just talked to him not too long ago.
Okay. What was the thing with the World Trade Center when it was bombed? He was there or something. What was that all about?
Yes, and he was there with his dog. I can't remember his dog's name right now, but his guide dog.
Okay.
And there was a big write-up about him and everything else, being trapped in the Trade Center and trying to get out.
Oh, okay. And of course he made it out, which is good.
Yeah. And so I still talk to him every once in a while. He's not in the area, but I do still talk to him.
Sure.
But anyhow, then after Joe started playing my programs, I actually programmed the thing for him with I put it on a large tape, open reel tape, and sent him in, and he just played my program. Well, then and I'd show up live once in a while, but most of the time it was just the tape I was sending in to him.
Okay.
Then it got to be, I think it was 1973 or 74. Now I'm getting up to 74 a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, a wonderful gentleman by the name of Jim Kuntz called me.
Yes, I knew him.
Yes, and he had been talking to Kevin Stern, who was also doing one of my programs at KCSN.
Right.
He was a college kid, and he was given the show, and he was doing the old radio programs. So anyhow, Jim called me, and he had this idea for a radio organization. And it didn't start out as SPERDVAC. I forget what it was, but he had these really good sounding ideas. So he came down with Kevin, and we met in my office, and SPERDVAC was actually born in my office. We tossed around all of these different names. Some of them were really weird, but then we came out with SPERDVAC, and the Society to Preserve and Encourage Old Radio Programs, and radio drama and comedy.
Stan Freeberg said it sounded like a disease.
Well, I made all kinds of funny little comments. It's not a little bug, and things like that. But we tossed around all these different names, and that was basically Jim's idea. He was a wonderful gentleman. I called him a gentle giant. He was about 6'5",
right,
and solid. And he was an editor for the Los Angeles Times. And so the whole thing is his idea. SPERDVAC was definitely him. He did, and he once we started it, he was the first president. So we kept in touch for many years. He died, unfortunately, in the mid-'60s. But I got to know him very, very well, and I missed him quite a bit. So then, once we started SPERDVAC, I don't remember whether it was the first meeting or maybe the second meeting or something like that. But that's when I was approached by, we think it was probably Chris Lambesis. And he said, "You've got to meet this kid."
Here I am again.
And and he said, "He's unbelievable." And you knew Chris, but didn't you have a class with him or something?
Yeah, he had some sort of I don't know if he had an actual teacher's license, but he had some way that he was allowed to teach classes, and they paid him to do this in vintage radio at Cypress College. And my mother saw a thing in the newspaper where they were publicizing the evening classes for adults at Cypress College. And one of them said, a class in old-time radio. And she showed me that in the newspaper, and she said, do you want to go to that? And I said, well, sure, let's go. So I didn't even have a driver's license, but she drove, and we went to Chris's classes. I think we went for either 1 or 2 full semesters in a row. And that is sort of the introduction to SPERDVAC and all that, if I remember right. So yeah, that's correct. He was a character, and then he got laid off from doing that for a while, and then he went to I think a different school or something. I don't know. I know he was doing that kind of off and on because that was the only, I guess, real job he ever had. Everything else he was doing was collecting radio shows, and he lived at his parents' house, so he didn't have a lot of expenses. But yeah, that's Chris. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so he introduced you to me, and like I said, I went into your bedroom, and I thought, wow, this young kid knows more about old radio than most people do. And so I was impressed, and that's, as I said, we became really good friends from that point on. At least I think we did.
Oh, yeah, sure. I didn't see you a lot once I left Los Angeles for Oregon, but I would make an occasional visit, as you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a little break and hear a show. I asked you before we turned on the microphones what your favorite couple radio shows were, and the first one you came up with was The Shadow. So I dug into the archives and I came up with one with Orson Welles on transcription disc, and we're going to actually play it from the actual transcription disc for the audience. So it's going to be live, well, semi-live, pre-recorded first generation recording of The Shadow with Orson Welles. Why did you pick The Shadow? Tell me, what is that one of the shows that you really liked as a kid, or what does The Shadow do for you?
Yeah, I can't really explain why I liked it, but it was just one of those programs I liked.
Okay.
And it just, they had, I think, really good writers. I felt they did.
Well, Arch Oboler was one. Did you know that?
The productions were good.
Did you know that Arch Oboler, Jerry, did you know that Arch Oboler wrote for The Shadow?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're just now that.
Yeah, we played one. The last time we played The Shadow, I can't remember when it was, a few weeks ago or whatever, we played one on this podcast, and it was called The Old People, and it was written by Arch Oboler.
Ah, interesting. Well, that's probably one of the reasons why it was so good, I guess, or why I liked it.
Yeah, well, he certainly was a good writer, and of course, this is like 1937, 38, so yeah, it's during that early period. Was Orson Welles your favorite Shadow, or did you like Brett Morrison more, or one of the others?
They were very close as far as I was concerned. I think Brett Morrison I liked a little better.
Oh, well, I should have pulled a Brett Morrison disc. Oh, well, for another time. We'll play a Brett Morrison one another time. All right. Okay, so we're going to take a pause here in our interview with Jerry Haendiges, and we're going to listen to an episode of The Shadow, and we'll be right back after that with more from Jerry.
Okay, sounds great.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Shadow's exciting adventure will start in just a moment. But first, I have an announcement that should be sent screaming across every front page in America, because it's all about the safest thing on wheels, the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown tire with the Lifesaver tread. Imagine, not only does this sensational Silvertown give you the greatest skid protection you have ever known, and golden ply blowout protection that has already saved thousands of motorists' lives, it gives you both of these life-saving features at no extra cost. The new Goodrich Lifesaver tread has a truly amazing action on wet, slippery roads. It does to the rain-drenched roads what your windshield wiper does to the windshield. Its spiral bars that never end act like a whole battery of windshield wipers. They sweep the water right and left, force it out through deep drainage grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. Don't let a skid endanger your life. Don't let a blowout throw your car out of control. Start riding on the new Goodrich, spelled Goodrich, Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The sooner, the safer. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, Death from the Deep.
Look at the water, Captain. Calm as a mill pond. I tell you, I don't like it.
Now, Mr. McLennan, that's not good talk for a first mate. You sound like a superstitious deck swabber. If the elements feel kindly toward us, let them be.
I know, Captain, but 5 days with the sea as smooth as a skating rink is a bad omen.
Well, Mr. McLennan, perhaps we'll have a good squall tomorrow to restore your peace of mind. For myself, I'll take anything. What's that?
Sounded like the engine room.
That was more than a boiler, McLennan. Hello. Hello down there. I don't answer. Hello.
Captain, we've been...
Hello down there. We've been what?
Captain Jones, look there. Look at that white path on the water coming toward us. It's a torpedo.
We're not at war.
Hold fast, Captain. It's going to hit amidships.
Are all hands accounted for?
Yes, Captain.
Are all lifeboats clear?
All but this one, sir.
And lower away. Pull lively, men.
We're just getting away in time, sir.
Hey, what's that nosing out of the water dead ahead, sir?
It's a submarine.
A submarine? So that's what did it. The blackguards?
A man's coming out of the submarine's hatch, sir.
He's got a machine gun. He's pointing it at us. Stop! Stop for the love of heaven!
Another massacre on the high seas! Deep in current down, sir! All on board now!
Acme Steamship Agency.
I wish to cancel my reservation on the Princess Marie.
But, madam, didn't you...
I'm not sailing, I tell you. Why, it'd be suicide.
But, Mr. Williams, you can ship your goods with us. Our boats are safe.
No boat is safe.
But you'd be insured.
Yes, at 4 times the usual rate. Oh, no. You can cancel my shipment.
Gentlemen of the Maritime Commission, we are confronted with a vital problem. In the past 3 months, there have been exactly 18 ships mysteriously sunk on the high seas. Ships belonging to the United States, Great Britain, Germany, Italy, Japan, in fact, every major power. This series of unexplainable marine disasters has created a panic throughout the nautical world. Passenger reservations are being canceled, freight shipments are being withdrawn, crews are deserting the ships. Gentlemen, something has got to be done.
Waiter, some more coffee, Margot?
Yes, please, Lamont.
2 more coffees, waiter.
Yes, sir.
Now, what were you saying, Lamont?
Just this. 3 months ago, Margot, the first ship disappeared. A few days later, a second ship was sunk. This time, the bullet-ridden bodies of the crew were found dead, afloat in their lifeboats.
Horrible.
It is. And each succeeding disaster has been increasingly horrible.
And now all shipping is at a standstill.
These atrocities could not have been brought about by international jealousies because each of the ships sunk has been owned by a company in a different country.
Well, who can be
I'm
responsible?
not sure. But my deduction is it's the work of a pirate.
A pirate? But Lamont, a pirate in the 20th century?
Yes, Margot. And one more callous, more bloodthirsty than any buccaneer who ever sailed the Spanish Main.
Then why isn't he tracked down?
Because not a single person has ever survived these sinkings. Therefore, the pirate has never been
He
seen.
must be seen sometime.
Not if he has a submarine.
Submarine?
Yes, Margot.
But how could an individual be in possession of a submarine without its being known?
If a man were rich and clever enough, he could have a submarine built in complete secrecy.
There must be some way of finding him out.
There is. Before such a craft could be constructed, it has to be designed. There are very few expert designers of submarines in the world. In the brain of one of them, this pirate craft must have been
But
conceived.
Lamont, a pirate submarine sounds fantastic.
Even more fantastic, Margot, is the motive of the pirate. He's preyed on every kind of ship, from the superliner to the common tramp. He can't be after booty because examination of the sunken hulls has revealed that nothing has been touched.
Why, Lamont, why?
To find an answer to that question is a task for the Shadow.
But how would you proceed?
I've already made a few secret inquiries at the Navy Department in Washington. They told me of one chap who might be worth investigating, a Mr. Joseph Hart, a brilliant designer of naval crafts who was dishonorably discharged from his position.
Where can he be found?
I have learned that he is living all alone in a small house out on Oak Road. The Shadow is going to pay a call on Mr. Joseph Hart tonight.
Will you pass me that bottle, please, Benton?
Certainly. Here you are. Joseph, I'm sorry to see you indulging in liquor. It frequently loosens the tongue. Sometimes makes a man say things that he later regrets.
What do you mean?
Just this. We share a secret, Joseph. A secret which would be most unwise for either of us to divulge.
I haven't said anything. I haven't talked.
Not yet. My fear is what you might say. Your nerve is deserting you, Joseph. You must pull yourself together.
How can I pull myself together when night after night I'm tortured by the vision of a procession of helpless ships sinking down to the murky depths, haunted by the faces of floating corpses, tormented by...
Shut up!
I was a fool. I designed and built that submarine.
A service for which you were well paid.
Yes, with money soaked in blood. I'm responsible for the havoc and the terror that your insane
Don't
blood...
say that, you idiot. I'm no madman, do you hear?
Why did you come here tonight, Benton?
Because, Joseph, I've been wondering of late why I permit you to live. You're becoming increasingly dangerous to my interests.
No.
Unless you can prove to me that our secret is safe and that you will aid me in the future.
No, I'll never do that.
No? And in that case, I feel that you ought to be my guest on the next cruise of the submarine.
I'd never come back. Is that what you mean?
Quite true. But before you leave us in mid-ocean, you'll have an opportunity to see the splendid efficiency with which your creation, the submarine, operates.
No. I'd rather you kill me right now and have it over with.
And deprive you of witnessing the thrilling spectacle of my accurate marksmanship, to see them leap from the boats in terror like rats? No, Joseph, you can't miss seeing that.
No. I'd do anything rather than be forced to see that.
I thought you would. Maintain that attitude, Joseph, or it may be necessary for me to request that you pack your yachting clothes. A contingency which we should both deeply regret. Good night, Joseph.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
I'll tell you what you can do, Joseph Hart.
Who's that?
There's a way to save you from the evil domination of Barry Vinton.
Who are you?
I am the voice of one who has come to help you. I am the instrument of your righteous vengeance. I am the Shadow.
The Shadow?
With my assistance, you can compensate for some of the wrong that you have done.
But how?
Tell me the secret that you share with Vinton.
Oh, no. I can't. I'm afraid.
More to fear if you remain silent. The Shadow already knows enough to hang you, Joseph Hart.
You haven't got anything on me.
I heard every word that passed between you and Vinton in this room.
Oh.
Tell me what I want to know and save yourself. Or perhaps, as Vinton so aptly put it, you'd prefer to pack your yachting clothes.
Nothing can save me. What I've done is done. I can never escape my conscience.
Then your conscience must tell you that it's your duty to all that you can do to stop Vinton's outrages.
Yes, you're right.
Now tell me the secret.
Very well. Until a year ago, I knew Vinton only by his reputation as a millionaire sportsman. He was famous as a deep-sea fisherman and a big-game hunter. He came to me first seeking a design for a racing boat. I built it for him, and we became friends.
And because of that friendship, you consented to build a submarine.
Yes, but not for the purpose that he later used it. He told me that he wanted for a new thrill, oh, believe me.
Go on.
Well, the submarine was built in Vinton's private shipyard, out at Carey's Point. Knowledge of its construction was carefully guarded from the world. It was not until the day the boat was launched that he told me his true intentions.
What were those intentions?
Vinton is a lunatic, coldly, murderously mad. He'd always been a killer, but he'd tired of shooting lions and gaffing marlin. Now his warped brain had turned to what he regarded as a new sport.
The sinking of ships and the ruthless slaying of defenseless men. Now I understand. Where does he keep the submarine?
I don't know.
Are you telling the truth, Joseph Hart?
I've told you everything. Why should I lie now? If I knew where that boat was, I'd blow it to pieces, myself with it. Myself with it.
Wait. Myself. That's the idea. That's how I could fool Barry Vinton. Why should I wait to die at his hands? No.
What are you doing?
I'll fool Barry Vinton.
Here, put down that gun.
No more tortured, sleepless nights. I'd see no more screaming headlines. Another boat sunk, and another, and another.
Don't, Joseph Hart, don't.
Barry Vinton will never take me on that voyage. I'll fool him, I say, fool him.
Poor Joseph Hart. You've served us both. Now we shall see whom you have served best. Barry Vinton or the Shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment the Shadow will be back on the air with surprises, suspense, and a thrilling, unexpected climax. But meanwhile, here's something mighty important to bear in mind when you drive a car. Just remember that rainy days make the grass grow greener. They may bring out the best in flowers, but they bring out the worst in roads.
Yes, beware. A road that's plenty safe when dry may become a dangerous skid trap when wet, sending your car skidding, spinning, swerving off the road.
Motorists, why take this chance when you can now get a sensational new kind of tire that will stop you quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before? The new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the Lifesaver Tread. Impartial tests conducted by the country's largest independent testing laboratory against the regular and premium-priced tires of America's 6 largest manufacturers proved that no tire tested, regardless of price, came up to the new Silvertown in non-skid action. Furthermore, these unbiased tests showed that the new Goodrich Silvertown with Lifesaver Tread gave more non-skid mileage than any of the other tires tested in its own price range. Imagine, the new Goodrich Silvertowns averaged 19.1% more miles before the tires wore smooth, which is the same as saying you'll get every 6th mile free. Yes, many tires cost more than the new Goodrich Silvertowns, but no tire at any price can give you the unequaled skid protection of the Lifesaver Tread, the exclusive blowout protection of the Golden Ply. Keep danger a stranger. Put a set of these life-saving long-mileage tires on your car without delay.
So, Margot, Hart finished telling me the story, and before I could stop him, he shot himself in the head.
Poor man.
Perhaps it was better that way.
But, Lamont, now how will you find the submarine?
Joseph Hart told me that it was built at Vinton's shipyard out at Carey's Point. That's the logical place to start my search.
Is that where you're going now?
Yes.
Do be careful, Lamont. Remember, that man's a lunatic. He'll stop at nothing.
The Shadow hasn't anything to fear from Vinton.
I hope you're right.
Well, this is as far as we can safely drive without being seen.
This is a desolate spot. don't like it. There's a light.
Yes, it's the shipyard.
Appears to be surrounded by a high wall. It looks like a prison.
Perhaps it is a prison for those within its gates. Margot, before we go any further, I'll give you your instructions.
Yes, Lamont.
I've already been in touch with the United States Coast Guard. They've been promised to give me full cooperation.
Yes.
Once I've found the submarine and know Vinton's plans, I shall communicate with you by our private wireless.
And then?
Then you will relay my message directly to the Coast Guard headquarters in Washington.
I understand. Good luck to the Shadow.
The Shadow thanks you.
All right, let it down easy now.
Okay, Phil.
Well, that's the last of the torpedoes, Charlie.
Hey, the sub must be going on a long cruise this time. Taking plenty of supplies and ammunition.
Yeah. Hey, what's that?
Who's the wind blowing the door shut? What's the matter with you?
Listen, Charlie, when are we going to get out of this joint? You know, we've been cooped up inside this shipyard for 3 months. It's giving me the creeps.
Now, take it easy.
I'd rather be back in prison. There wasn't nothing scary about prison, and you knew when your time was up, you got out.
Well, maybe we ain't never going to get out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, this Vinton guy's a bug. He ain't even let us read no newspaper since we come here. This stuff about hunting whales with torpedoes, that sounds screwy to you.
Listen, if he don't let us out of here soon,
Here he comes now.
Are all the torpedoes aboard?
Yes, sir. We just sent down the last load.
Very well. Take care of these empty crates. Then you may turn in.
Yes, sir. Mr. Vinton?
Yes.
Well, we was wondering if...
We?
Yeah, me and Charlie here was just talking about the... how we've been in the shipyard here a long time now, and...
Oh, what Phil is trying to say, Mr. Vinton, is... Well, could we have a couple of days off on the outside?
I'm afraid that would be impossible.
Oh, but Mr. Vinton, it's been 3 months. I've got a wife and kids.
You're being well paid, aren't you?
Oh, sure. You're giving us plenty of dough, all right, but we ain't getting no chance to spend it.
You will remain here as long as your services are required.
What if we don't want to stay here that long? What if we up and leave?
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise you to attempt that. Do you remember what happened to your associate, Mr. Hadley, when he tried to, as you say, up and leave? He fell from the wall.
You mean that wasn't no accident, huh?
No. He was shot down.
Oh.
So, do you still want to quit? I thought not. Good night, gentlemen.
Looks like we're in here for a long, long time.
Yeah, maybe you are. But I'm going to figure a way to get out of here, see?
Perhaps I can be of some assistance to you.
Who said that?
I heard it, too.
I said perhaps I can help you if you wish to get out of here.
Who's that talking? Where are you?
Don't bother to look for me. You can't see me.
What is this? One of Vinton's gags or something?
No, I am not speaking for Vinton. I speak for myself.
Who are you?
Men call me the Shadow.
It's the Shadow.
The Shadow? How'd you get in here?
The Shadow is everywhere.
Well, what do you want?
I wish to bargain with you.
Well, what kind of a bargain?
By this time, you must be aware that you are both at the mercy of a madman.
He's right, Charlie.
You will never leave this place alive unless Barry Vinton is brought to justice.
Yeah, well, what can we do about
I will
it?
promise you your freedom if you will just answer my questions.
Wait a minute. What do you think, Charlie?
We're taking a chance. This may be a trick.
It is no trick. You have the Shadow's word.
Well, what do you want to know?
Where is Vinton's submarine?
It's right below our feet in a secret underground berth.
When does it sail again?
Tonight, at midnight.
What is its destination?
Well, I heard Vinton say something to the mate about Cape Francis.
Good. Sailing at midnight, Cape Francis. The Shadow wishes him good hunting. Calling Margot Lane. Calling Margot Lane. Proceed as instructed. Communicate the following information to Coast Guard headquarters. Pirate submarine sails at midnight for waters off Cape Francis. Impress on Coast Guard the importance of following directions implicitly if wish to bait the madman who is terrorizing the Atlantic.
What is our position, Mr. Broush?
We are 100 miles due east of Cape Francis, sir.
Are we in the regular shipping lane?
Yes, Mr. Vinton.
Have we enough visibility for clear observation?
The sun has just risen, sir.
Good. I'll take over the periscope now.
Very well, sir.
A fine day for hunting, Mr. Broush. Hello, what's this?
Have you sighted something, sir?
Take a look. See what you make of it.
There is smoke. It looks like a steamer.
Splendid. Signal the engine room. Full speed ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is a steamer. I can see her funnels.
Full speed ahead.
Ah, this is the life. There's nothing like it. The sighting of fresh quarry in this periscope. The excitement of the chase, the spine-tingling thrill when the torpedo finds its mark. And then the climax, on deck, shooting them down with a machine gun like scurrying rats. Mr. Broush, stand by the torpedo tubes. We're coming up fast.
Yes, sir. Stand by the torpedo tube.
Aye, aye, sir.
We'll cut across her bow and swing to starboard. That should give us a perfect shot.
Very good, sir.
Be prepared to rise to the surface quickly if we make a direct hit with the first torpedo.
Very good, sir. Stand by the valves and elevators.
Aye, aye, sir.
We're almost within range. Cut to half speed.
Half speed ahead.
Torpedo tubes number 1 and 2 are loaded, sir.
Torpedo tubes number 1 and 2 are loaded, sir.
Look, Broush. It's a fine, big liner.
Let me see, sir. Why, that is the Orpheus.
The Orpheus.
I remember now reading of her sailing. She has a full passenger list. Several ambassadors are aboard.
Full passenger list, eh? That sounds most promising. Number 1 tube, ready to fire.
Number 1 tube, ready to fire.
Now, I'll bring her a little more to the starboard. A little more. There. Number 1, fire.
Number 1, fire.
Yes, it's heading straight for a side. No deflection. Should be a perfect hit. It's closer. Closer. It's going to hit. Now! Why, failed to explode. Was a dud. Number 2 tube, ready to fire.
Number 2 tube, ready to fire.
Number 2, fire.
Number 2, fire.
We won't fail this time.
Yes, you will, Mr. Vinton. You've just fired another dud.
Who dared say that?
I did.
Who are you? Come out here where I can see you.
You will never see me. I am the Shadow.
The Shadow, eh? I've heard of you.
The torpedo hit, but it failed to explode again, sir.
Reload the torpedo tubes.
Aye, aye, sir.
That would be a waste of time, Vinton. I've seen to it that all of the torpedoes are duds.
You'll regret this, Mr. Shadow. This is the one time that you've matched wits with a mind cleverer than your own. Blow out the ballast tanks for a quick rise to the surface.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you. I'll sink that boat with my deck guns.
Vinton, you're a madman.
Madman, am I? Very well, I'll show you the full extent of my madness.
Decks awash, sir.
Open the conning tower hatch. Deck crew, stand by to man the guns. Aren't you coming up on deck, Shadow, to witness the kill?
I am already on deck, Vinton.
Devil plague you. How did you get up here? Show yourself.
That is unnecessary, but never fear. I'll stay near you.
The guns are jammed, sir.
Jammed? Why, that's impossible.
I neglected to tell you, Vinton, that I rendered your guns useless.
Oh, so you think that you've outwitted me, Shadow. But you're wrong. Signal the engine room full speed ahead.
Aye, aye, sir.
Steer directly for that vessel's side.
What are you doing now, Vinton?
The prow of this submarine is equipped with a ramming device. With it, we can sink any vessel afloat without injury to us. You didn't foresee that, did you, Shadow? In a few moments, we will rip open the hull of that liner and send it to the bottom as effectively as with any torpedo. So you don't believe me?
Oh, yes, I believe you. But that liner is completely deserted. It was set adrift there by the Coast Guard. It is a veritable floating mine with enough explosives aboard to blow you to kingdom come.
You're lying!
You'll know soon enough. You haven't far to go.
Reverse engines!
Reverse engines!
Will we stop in time? We're getting closer.
No. No, we're stopping. We're stopping. We're not going to hit. You see, Shadow, I've outwitted you after all.
No, Vinton. You've maneuvered your submarine alongside this ship just as I planned. All right, up there. Here's your men.
Put up your hands! Put up your hands, all of you!
The Coast Guard. It's a trap. It's a trap.
trap, Barry Vinton. And this ends your reign of piracy and ruthless murder.
Very smart, aren't you, Shadow? But not as smart as you think you are.
Stop him! He's going inside the submarine! He's closing the hatch!
Yes. Yes, they all think they're so clever. But no one can outsmart Barry Vinton. I'll go to the engine room. I'll maneuver the dive. They'll never get me. I'm master below here. Now check the valves. That's right. I'd love to hear what the Shadow is saying up there now.
He's probably saying it's no use trying to maneuver that dive, Barry Vinton.
You, how did you get here, Shadow?
Why, I merely followed you.
Show yourself, Shadow, and I'll shoot you down in your tracks.
Here I am over here in this corner. Come ahead and shoot, Mr. Vinton.
Well, Shadow? Well?
You just missed me.
Why, you...
Come on, men, here he is.
Your marksmanship is deplorable, Mr. Vinton.
Who are you?
That does not matter.
Why don't you tell them who you are, you glory seeker?
I seek no glory. My reward is that ships and men can once more safely sail the seas. The Shadow's work is done.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
All the characters and all the persons named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
All right, The Shadow with Orson Welles. And we have special guest Jerry Haendiges here with us. When I've talked to you before, you mentioned collecting discs and all that, because that's always been my thing, was always to find original discs. You mentioned, I believe you mentioned getting a number of them at KNX in Los Angeles. Is that correct?
Yeah, later on, I was doing a program for KNX that I wasn't getting many from them early on, but then I started doing what they called a drama hour, the KNX drama hour. And when I would do that, I would go over there with all my week's worth of tapes for them and drop them off. And at the same time, of course, everybody in there knew that I was interested in old radio, and they'd hand me some discs that they had found in little closets and everything everywhere. And so I'd come up I'd send tapes over to them and come home with a bunch of discs.
Yeah, that's interesting that it happened that late, because they had given all what they thought, I guess, was all of their CBS West Coast recordings to Pacific Pioneer Broadcasters, and yet there were still, I guess, closets and hidden places over there where they had more, and that's interesting that you wound up with them.
Yeah, and they didn't even know it. I mean, they found out I was interested in them, of course. I talked to them about it. A lot of them didn't even know about it being on disc. They thought it was all, on tapes or something like that, but they didn't even know about these discs. They were too young.
Yeah. And now, in 2026, there's even less people out there that know what a transcription disc is or why it's important to save it. But I spend quite a bit of time on this podcast asking people to seek out transcription discs. And every once in a while, one of the people that listen to this will send me a box, and there'll be some transcription discs in it. So I guess there's still some out there, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's happened to me throughout the years. And now I'm giving them away.
Yeah, well, you gave them all to me. So, yeah, I have all your massive stacks of transcription discs here. So, yeah.
Yep, you've got all of them.
And we're slowly working on putting them all together in a database so we know exactly what we have, because I have yours, I have Frank Brzez's, I have Marty Halpern's, I have all this stuff is just accumulating here, and there's a lot of it now. So my producer for this show, actually, this is a behind-the-scenes comment. He will grab a box and sit with his little laptop, and he will type in all the information on each disc while we're doing the podcasts, and that way every week or so we get another batch logged into the computer, which is good, because if not, I'm never going to know what all I have. There's just too much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so you basically supplied vintage radio shows to a bunch of different on-air hosts in the Los Angeles area. So if people were listening to vintage radio in Los Angeles, they were hearing your programs from your collection, and they were presented not by you, usually, I guess, but they were presented by different hosts. It's my memory that you also were supplying them to a radio station in Louisiana. Is that correct?
Actually, there were several. I don't remember all of them, quite frankly, but there were several of them around the country. And one of them, actually in San Diego, KPVS in San Diego, they found out about me from KCRW, and they were holding a old-time radio marathon it was a public radio station, so it was a way to raise money for the station.
Okay.
They were using it as a fundraiser. And so they called me and everything, and so I said, sounds great. And instead of sending them the programs, I decided, hey, it'd be great to just go down there. And so I loaded up the car with my wife and my daughter, and we drove down to San Diego, and over the weekend, they played all these programs and everything. And after that, they decided they were going to have a weekly program. So I started doing the same thing I was doing with KCRW, sending them these pre-recorded tapes with everything on it, including my announcing.
Okay.
And so that became a very, very good friendship. I really enjoyed it very much.
Okay, and there were several other stations around the country. So for those of you listening to this now, you didn't just have to be in Los Angeles area listening to Los Angeles area radio. You could have been in Louisiana or apparently several other states as well and hear programs that were programmed by Jerry.
Yep, they were all over the place.
Well, that's good.
Some of them I didn't even know about. They had gotten the program from another station, and they were playing it. So it was kind of interesting.
You could have almost been your own syndicator.
I basically was.
Yeah, but not officially. If you're saying people were taking your tapes and using them on other stations around the country, that's interesting.
Sharing them, but it's still mine.
Yeah. Well, but that's good because that inspired a whole new generation of people to be able to hear the programs and appreciate them in the same way that we're kind of doing this now.
Yeah.
You probably don't know a whole lot about what I do here, but we have a very, I would say, young demographic that listens to this show. There's a lot of listeners that are between 20 and 40 years old. I don't know how that's calculated, but my producer has a way to figure all that out. And I was just amazed at how many younger people are listening to these programs now.
Oh, yeah. And you're indoctrinating them. That's great.
I'm indoctrinating them, yes. I was indoctrinated by you and several others, and now I'm indoctrinating almost 50 years later. It's pretty amusing.
Yeah.
And my producer friend here is much younger than me, so he'll be indoctrinating people, I guess, long after I'm out of here.
Good for him.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to another one of your favorite shows, Blondie. My recollections of Blondie are not from radio. When I was young and watching vintage films on television in Los Angeles, I believe at least for a while, one of the television stations in Los Angeles would run one or more Blondie movies, either on the weekend or late at night. I can't remember when they were on, but they were running Blondie movies on a regular basis. And I, at that point, didn't even probably really know it was a radio show, but I thought the films were quite cute. I guess that's how I'll describe it. They're very, I don't know. How do you describe Blondie to people?
Yeah, no, I like the programs too. I mean, the movies also. I enjoy them also.
Yeah.
I guess cute is probably as good a description as I could think of.
Okay. Yeah. I actually, and I don't know, did you ever meet Penny Singleton or Arthur Lake?
I met Penny Singleton. I didn't ever meet Arthur Lake.
Okay.
Very nice lady.
Yeah, she was very nice. She came with Arthur Lake, I believe, on more than one occasion to Nostalgia Night at Pacific Pioneer Broadcasters, and we got to talk to her there, and to him as well. And he still had that same goofy laugh that he used as Dagwood on the radio. So speaking of, well, let's do Blondie, and then I'll ask you something else. So this is Blondie from October 15th, 1944, and we'll be back with Jerry as soon as we listen to Blondie.
Blondie.
Okay, here it is.
Don't touch that dial, because there's nothing else on. You might just as well listen to Blondie. Blondie, rebroadcast for the servicemen and women of the United Nations with Penny Singleton and Arthur Lake as Blondie and Dagwood Bumstead, respectively. Before we join the Bumsteads of Shady Lane Avenue, let's gather around the bandstand for a curtain raiser from Lenny Kahn and his orchestra. Raise that curtain, Len.
now for our weekly visit with our neighbors, the Bumsteads of Shady Lane Avenue. Well, Dagwood and his next-door neighbor, Herb Woodley, are usually feuding with each other. Today is no exception. Already there have been a couple of border clashes, and right now, while Blondie is in the kitchen, Dagwood is doing a little reconnaissance around Woodley's garage. All is quiet for a moment. And then...
Oh, dear. Well, I suppose that means he's got another black eye or a bloody nose or a shoe has come untied. They have done nothing but fight all day.
Oh, there you are. Oh, my.
Dagwood.
What?
What are you doing with your finger in that mousetrap?
Well, you know, I told you that I thought it was Woodley who's been taking tools out of my garage at night and putting them back the next night.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see if he had any of my tools in his garage. And I was reaching inside the window to unlock the door when wham. Oh, boy, does it hurt.
Well, take your finger out of it.
Oh, yes, that's right. Woodley did it, Blondie. It was a booby trap.
I guess he trapped one then. Look, Dagwood, there's a note on the mousetrap.
A note?
I wonder what it is.
Maybe it's an apology, huh?
Let me see.
Well, what's it say?
It says, nuts to you, Bumstead. My, what a lovely sentiment.
Yeah, sentiment, huh? I'll murder that wise guy. I'll rip him to shreds. I'll tear him into squares and hang him out like dieties. I'll chop him into chunks and kick him around till I lose him.
Dagwood, for heaven's sake.
Don't try to stop me.
Dagwood, stop.
Yes, dear.
Now, Dagwood, in the first place, I don't think that Mr. Woodley has really been stealing tools out of your garage.
Well, my hand drill is gone.
Is that a thing that you hold and turn like an egg beater?
Yeah. I'd give $100 to know where that is.
Oh, Mr. Woodley does have that, and hand over the $100.
How do you know he has it?
Because I loaned it to him.
Oh.
Now, hand over the $100.
That was just a figure of speech, Blondie.
But, Dagwood, you promised.
I didn't mean it literally, Blondie. It was just a figure of speech.
Oh, Dagwood.
Yeah. And besides, why did you give the drill to Woodley?
Well, he said he preferred to borrow it from me.
He preferred, huh? He never would have gotten it from me.
He said that, too. Now, stop making so much over nothing at all. You're not losing any tools. They're getting returned, aren't they?
Well...
And you ought to be ashamed of yourself, the way you've been fighting with Mr. Woodley. He's very nice, and I think he really likes you a lot.
He's nice, huh?
Yes.
And I doubt that.
Now, look, Dagwood, you always start the trouble. I wish you'd promise me something.
Well, all right. What is it, Blondie?
The next time you and Mr. Woodley meet, you let him talk first. You'll be surprised. You know, he'll probably say something very nice.
Yeah, but
Now, let's see who's at the door. Will you do that now?
Yeah, well, okay, Blondie. I promise to be nice.
I'm sure he'll say something that'll just surprise you.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Mr. Woodley.
Hello, Blondie. Hello, stupid.
Hello, good-looking.
Who are you calling good-looking? Oh. Why am I complaining?
Yeah.
Or did you sneer when you said it?
What do you want, Mr. Woodley?
Bumstead, I accuse you of stealing one of my mousetraps. Come on now, hand it over.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with it?
I'm going to turn it in for a trap that's got teeth in it.
Oh, Blondie, but please let me hit him now.
Now look out, Bumstead. Don't touch me.
I only just want to paste him once or twice. Oh, come on, Blondie. Go ahead and let me.
Oh, now don't come near me, Bumstead.
No, Dagwood. If you hit Mr. Woodley, you're going to have trouble with me.
Go ahead. Hit me. I dare you. Just try to start something.
Start something, huh? Okay, Woodley, you asked for it. And now you're going to get it.
Dagwood?
I mean, he's going to get the mousetrap. I'll be right back.
Oh, Mr. Woodley, why do you and Dagwood have to fight like this?
Well, we don't have to, but it's more fun this way.
Now, couldn't you be nice to him when he comes back with the mousetrap? You know, just say something pleasant. Won't you do it, please?
Well, I do want to borrow his electric jigsaw.
Then you will do it for old time's sake, Mr. Woodley?
No, but I'll do it for the electric jigsaw.
Oh, here he comes.
Well, I got the mousetrap for you.
Oh, that's swell of you, Dagwood. You're really a swell guy, old palsy-walsy.
Yeah. Thanks, Herb. Here's the trap.
Thanks, Dagwood. Oh, my finger!
So long, Woodley.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, Alexander?
What's Pop laying on his stomach out by the garage for? Looks like he's out hunting snipe.
He's out hunting Woodley. He's trying to catch Mr. Woodley, but he's more likely to catch a cold.
Gosh, sometimes Pop seems just like a big kid.
Well, that's normal. I mean, all grown men act like children from time to time. You should see them at conventions. No, I guess I'd rather you didn't see them.
I know what you mean. Everyone ends up wearing funny hats.
With confetti in their hair.
Let's go out and see if Pop's had any success.
All right, Alexander. Now, be careful, Alexander. These back steps are very dark.
Okay. Hiya, Pop. What's cooking? Or maybe I should say what's freezing.
Have you caught Mr. Woodley yet?
Oh, for the love of Pete. Shh, not so loud.
Well, you haven't answered my question yet, Dagwood.
No, I haven't caught him yet, and stop talking so loud.
Not so loud, Pop.
Oh, yes, shh, please. Oh, please go away. As long as you're here, no one will sneak up to the garage.
Why not?
Yeah, well, because... Shh. Who said that?
Hello, Mr. Niles.
Hiya, Mr. Niles.
Hello, folks. Why, what's the matter, Dagwood? You leaped like a salmon going upstream.
Yeah.
And what were you doing on the ground?
Oh, shh, please be quiet. Huh? Oh, he's whispering about.
You told him to.
Oh, yeah, that's right, I did.
Dagwood, it's getting very chilly. Come on inside.
Yeah, well, okay, I guess I've got everything rigged up now. Let's see.
Hey, what's that clothesline you got there, Pop?
The clothesline? Yeah, well, it's attached to a lot of junk and stuff that I put up on the garage roofs, you see. Now, when Woodley tries to sneak into the garage tonight and walk under it, I pull the rope and crash!
Pretty subtle stuff, dear.
Yeah, well, hey, Blondie, come on, get inside quick. Here comes someone.
Come on, Alexander.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to pull his cord. Oh, boy, Woodley'll get clunked with everything but the kitchen sink. Hey, one of the things I've got up there is a kitchen sink. Well, here he comes. He's almost there. I'll say something to him and then pull the rope before he can answer. Is that my friend Herb Woodley?
No, it's your boss, J.C. Dillis.
You are? Look out, Mr. Dillis! I wonder if I ought to shoot myself now or later. Mr. Dithers! Mr. Dithers, where are you? I'll dig you out, Mr. Dithers. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Wait a minute now. Let me get that clock spring out of your ear. Well, I guess I sort of, surprised you. Could you be laughing, Mr. Dithers?
Well, we all have to go sometime. Bumstead, you're overdue. You might as well go right now.
No, Mr. Dithers. Now, don't do anything you'd regret. You've got a lot. Well, you've got to let off steam, so go ahead and blow your top. Just don't blow it my way.
Bumstead! You pickle-headed, waffle-witted, blubber-brained, dopey, drooling, driveling, dog-faced drip.
You left out nincompoop.
Thank you. Oh, Bumstead, you can't possibly have a brain. I'll bet 20 to 1 that stuff sloshing around inside your dome is rancid rhubarb. With hominy grits.
You think it is, huh? Well, that's a bet. Yeah, and then how are you going to prove it?
Easy. Just hand me an axe.
Oh. Now, wait a minute, Mr. Dithers. Wait just a minute. I surrender. I didn't know it was you.
I told you I was coming over tonight.
Yes, but I thought you'd drive over.
Well, I ran out of coupons. I had to walk over. And I took the shortcut through the alley.
Did I hear a noise out here? Oh, hello, Mr. Dithers.
That was no more than a noise. It was almost an assassination.
Oh, Mr. Dithers, did you draw the lucky number?
Yeah, I hit the jackpot.
Come on in, Mr. Dithers.
Well, thank you, Blondie.
Can I come in, too?
Oh, yes, dear.
Yeah, I was afraid I'd have to sleep with Daisy and the puppies tonight. And then I'd have to spend all of tomorrow scratching myself.
Oh, I'd like to know an explanation for all that gunk I stepped into.
Well, Mr. Dithers, someone has been stealing tools out of my garage. They would steal them one night and then put them back the next. Now, I think it's Herb Woodley. That's who I had the trap set for.
Dagwood's already called the police about it.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
Oh, no, it isn't, Blondie. I want to really pour it on.
Oh, Herb Woodley, eh?
Yeah.
Well, let's set the trap up again.
Oh, boy. Okay, J.C., okay.
Only this time, I'll booby up the trap. You, Hoobie Bay.
Now, Mr. Dithers, the idea of a man your age.
My age? I'm only 36. 39. 42. 42 and a half. For heaven's sake, stop me. 45. Okay, so I went to Sunday school with Magellan.
Well, I'm surprised at you.
Blondie, it's our duty as citizens to apprehend any crooks that are at large.
Can we help it if it turns out to be fun?
Instead of nearly killing a person, you ought to find some way to mark him so you'll know who it is tomorrow.
That's a great idea, Blondie.
Oh, boy.
Dagwood.
Huh?
Do you happen to have about half a can of old green paint?
Oh, dear. Why didn't I keep quiet?
Be quiet now.
Huh?
Don't move.
Yeah.
Here comes somebody.
Hey, J.C., look, he's got a flashlight.
I'm watching him. See how much better this is, Dagwood?
Yeah.
The string that tips over the paint can goes in the window here, and you don't have to lie out in the cold.
Oh, Mr. Dithers, you're a genius.
Oh, you're just saying that. Look.
Huh?
Look, he's going to the garage.
Oh, this'll teach Woodley.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, he's getting closer now.
Okay. He's right under it. Here goes.
Oh, boy, a bullseye. Come on, J.C.
I wouldn't make a bad bombardier, would I?
Well, what happened out here?
I
wonder.
don't know what happened.
Huh?
Something fell off of the roof and hit me on the head. Oh, who are you?
I'm Officer Haendiges.
Oh, good night, Dagwood.
Stick around, Mr. J.C. Dithers, 414 South Oak Street.
Why, Bumstead, 5 feet 11, weight 165, eyes blue.
I was checking up on a report we had about prowlers. I wonder what this stuff is on my head. Well, I dropped me flashlight and it won't work. It seems like syrup.
Yes, it's molasses.
Oh.
Yeah, just plain molasses without the cornbread.
Gee, now. Well, it don't taste like molasses.
Well, it's a wartime substitute, a sort of a victory molasses.
It's all over my new uniform.
It
It
is?
can't be molasses. It has sort of a dark green taste.
There's a man who can taste colors.
You are so right. Here's something to help you get it off.
What is it?
A paint remover.
Bumstead!
No, it's, molasses remover.
Oh, yes. That victory molasses is really rough.
Well, what's going on out here? Did you two spill that green paint on someone?
No.
Green paint!
Oh, dear. A policeman.
Well, she didn't say green paint. She said, you take it, J.C.
Well, you heard her. I check.
Did I say something wrong?
Oh, green pants, eh?
Well...
And an officer of the law, eh? Come on, you guys, you're going to jail.
Now let go of me. I'll stand on my constitutional rights.
Okay, stand on them in the jug.
Yeah, now I'll stand on my habeas corpus.
Oh, double-jointed, eh? All right, come on, you.
Well, it must have happened last night when I was down at the police station. But anyway, my electric jigsaw is gone.
Oh, dear. And Mr. Woodley wanted to borrow that yesterday.
Oh, he did, huh?
Oh, shh, there he is. He just came out. Oh, hello there, Mr. Woodley.
Hello, Blondie. Hello, jailbird.
Hello, you saw snitcher. Well...
Now stop. Stop. Don't go another step or I'll sue you for trespassing on my property.
Why, Mr. Woodley, that's our property for another 15 feet.
Yeah, but where's that stake that marks the property line?
There it is. Right behind you.
Yeah?
Behind us?
Woodley, you moved those stakes last night.
Oh, Dagwood, how could you think I'd stoop so low?
Stoop, huh? You have to stretch up to do such a low trick, you stoop. Look out, Blondie. I'm going to pull these stakes up again.
You touch him and I'll call that cop.
Yeah, look out, here they go.
Hey, officer, hey, help, hey, officer!
Dagwood, don't. Here comes the policeman.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I'm in the right.
Now, please, Dagwood.
Hey, what's going on here?
He's trying to move the property line stakes.
I don't care what anybody... Whoa, it's you again.
Whoa, hello. It's you, Mr. Bumstead, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you recognize me by my green eyebrows, didn't you?
Well, green is very becoming to an Irishman. Ha, 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 ha.
Shut up!
Oh.
Officer, the stake has been moved.
Oh, has it, Mr. Woodley?
I rather doubt it.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, then, so do I. Would you like to propose charges against Bumstead?
Well...
Oh, please don't, Mr. Woodley.
Well, I don't know.
Ah, come on. I'd be delighted to book him at the station again.
Well, it would be a better world if we could keep him behind bars.
Yeah, well, I just dare you to arrest me. Go ahead. I'll take this to the Supreme Court.
I could charge you with a lot of things. I'll think of something before I get to the station.
Oh, Officer Haendiges.
Yes?
Short and you're tall and you're dark and you're handsome. Short and bejabbers. Now, you wouldn't arrest a fine broth of a husband like him, would you?
Why, that'd be a... Oh. Oh, so you're Irish, are you? Well, me mither came from the old side, you know.
Yeah, and me fither came from there, too. Sure, and it's going to be a broad brick moonlick nick to nick.
Dagwood, that's Scotch.
Oh, yes, excuse me.
Officer Haendiges, surely you don't want to arrest a man called Dagwood, Clancy, O'Houlihan, Shanahan, Bumstead?
Boy, he's as Irish as Paddy's pig.
But not as clean. Go ahead and throw him in the jug, officer.
No, I'll let you off this time, Bumstead.
Oh, thank you, and Aaron go bra.
But look now, leave those stakes where they are.
Oh, yes, sir.
So long, Dagwood.
Oh, I'm going to get the goods on that guy Woodley tonight. I'm going to rig up those tin cans again, and... Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll fix up my flashlight camera so it'll take a picture and catch Woodley in the act.
More coffee, dear?
Oh, hey, thanks, Blondie. Gosh, I can't wait to take that film out of the developer and see how Woodley turned out in the picture. Yeah, where's Alexander?
Oh, he's got to go to school pretty soon, but I think he went out in the backyard. Oh, I guess he's coming in now.
Oh, Pop, I got a little present for you. I made it myself. Here it is.
Oh, say, this is wonderful. This is marvelous. This has got me fooled.
I know you only use one tie, and this is the world's only and fanciest one-tie tie rack.
Just what I needed. Yeah. Hey, when did you make this?
Well, I want to surprise you, so I've been making it in Mr. Woodley's garage. But I had to borrow your tools.
Yeah, wait. Oh, so you're the one who's been stealing...
Dagwood?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for the tie thing, Alexander.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Pop. Well, I'm going to go to school now. So long, folks.
Goodbye, dear.
Bye.
Now, you see, Dagwood, you were all wrong.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here you've been feuding with Mr. Woodley over nothing at all. He's been entirely innocent.
Yeah, gosh, I'm a dope. Blondie, I said I'm a dope.
I heard you, dear.
Well, aren't you going to contradict me?
No, dear.
Oh.
Come in. Why, it's Mr. Woodley.
Hello, my dear friends.
Yeah. Hello, stupid.
Dagwood, pal, I've come here to ask you please not to develop that flashlight picture you took of me last night.
Yeah, well, huh?
Why, Mr. Woodley, was it you?
Yeah, but what were you doing out there?
Well, you won't tell Harriet, will you?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I won't either.
Well, the flashlight bulb went off when I was climbing over the fence. I was sneaking home from a little poker game.
Yeah? Poker, huh? Ha
You won't tell Harriet! You won't tell Harriet now.
No, but I may just show her the picture. Poker, huh? Did you lose your shirt?
No, just my shoes and sport jacket.
But didn't the noise of the cans and things wake Harriet up?
Well, yeah, but I went upstairs and told her I just finished beating up a burglar. You know Harriet, she's plenty dumb.
Well, Mr. Woodley, will you move those stakes back where they belong?
Oh, sure. I'll be glad to, Blondie. Will you give me that negative?
Well, Woodley, we won't show it to Harriet unless we have trouble with you in the future.
Oh, you won't, my dear friend. I assure you, you won't. I'll go right out and put the stakes back. Gee, thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, goodbye. And after this, watch your step when you're dealing with a bumstead.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, dear, let's take a look at the negative, shall we?
Yeah.
I'd like to see how the picture turned out. Open the closet door and take it out of the developing tent.
Okay, Blondie. There. Yeah. I hope Woodley looks guilty in the picture.
He's bound to without a coat and shoes.
Yeah, well, there it is. Let's hold it up to the light and see it, huh?
Oh, yes. Gee, it turned out very well.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
Isn't that a scream?
Yeah, I'll say it is, Blondie.
Oh, dear. You know, I've never seen a more surprised expression on Daisy's face.
The Bumpsteads, as if you didn't know, will be back again in just a few moments. Right now, that man Lenny Kahn prepares to downbeat the orchestra for this sparkling selection. Well, sparkle, man.
I.
It is I. What kind of grammar is that? Oh, hey, that's correct, isn't it? Huh?
Why, naturally. I came back to get my geography book.
Incidentally, Alexander, you came in a little late last night.
Yeah, it was 9:30. I was over at Baby Snook's house. I love that gal.
Yeah, well, what made you so late?
Snooks and I had to revive her father.
Well, what happened? Did she knock a vase off onto his head or something?
No, that was another time. As president of our kids club, I went over to pick up some Life magazines for the paper drive. Earlier in the day, I left a note, but somehow it seemed to scare her father silly.
Yeah, what'd the note say?
Oh, nothing special. It was signed the Scorpions. That's our club.
Oh, yeah.
And it said, "We are coming to take your life at 9:00 sharp."
Oh, dear. You and Baby Snooks make quite a pair.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
All right, that was Penny Singleton and Arthur Lake as Dagwood and Blondie, October 15th, 1944. One of our guest, Jerry Haendiges' favorite old-time radio shows. We were talking a little bit before about meeting Penny Singleton, who was Blondie, or Arthur Lake, Dagwood. During your time doing all this, I'm sure you had a chance to meet some of the great radio stars. Who are some that you met, and do you have any favorite stories about them?
Oh, gosh. I don't have any favorite stories about them, but I've met so many, and they've all been just very, very nice. Peggy Weber, probably, we got to be pretty good friends. And so I guess maybe she might be one of my favorites. But I just met so many that I can't single out one or the other.
Okay. And you got some radio transcriptions from some of them, too, because they wanted to get them transferred, and you had the equipment to do that, and they didn't, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I met some that way because they would get my name from who know where, and they would contact me, and I would transfer the programs for them and for me.
Well, it was never easy, particularly. Now it kind of is, but it was never easy back then to just go get equipment to play transcription discs. People need to understand these are big records. They're 16-inch in diameter. They play at 33 1/3 RPM, but you can't fit them on a regular turntable. You have to have a special turntable with a big enough platter to hold a 16-inch record and a long enough tone arm to be able to get in there and play the grooves. And that's something that most households didn't have. Radio stations had it, but, how do you go to a radio station with your radio recordings? It's not a simple process. So when some of these older actors and engineers and different people had these things, they had them left over from their days in radio, but they didn't have any way to deal with it. It's just, they got all these big records sitting in their closet or sitting in the garage, and they got to find a way to play them so they can hear what's on them. So they would try to find somebody who could play them, and you were one of those somebodies.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's great, because that way more programs came out of the closets and the barns and the garages that didn't get thrown out because they said, well, we can't deal with this. Let's just throw these away. I know that happened, but not as much. Once they could find people like you. Now it's fairly easy because you can go on the internet and you can figure out real quick how to deal with them. But I know they're still throwing them away out there, which is still sad.
Oh yeah. Oh, one thing I might mention. You mentioned Peggy Weber. I got a phone call one day, and this lady said, "I see you have several programs with Peggy Weber starring in there." And I said, "Yes, she's one of my favorite actresses." And she said, "Oh, that's nice." That was all. And so anyhow, she went over everything, and so finally, I didn't ask her anything. She just said she was looking for the programs and wanted to buy some. And so after I mentioned that I like Peggy Weber, she said, "Oh, well, this is Peggy Weber."
I'm Peggy Weber. Hey, yeah.
And so, after probably several seconds of silence, I said, "Oh." And so she brought the records down for me, the discs, and to transfer for us. And that's the way I met her. And we just had a very good relationship.
I think she's 100 now or something like that.
She's got to be.
Yeah, I know she's very old.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess we should try to get her on the podcast.
Talked to her in years.
Well, no, I talked to her not that long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I still have her phone number, so maybe I should ask her to come on this podcast and talk about it. We have some great shows with her on it. There's that one, Mystery in the Air, where she's really, really good in that, and there's apparently a lot of other ones too. My producer, Daniel, handed me a question here, and it says, on Jerry's website, he has a huge collection of radio logs with dates, availability, etc. How did Jerry put all this info together?
For the internet or just for me?
Well, I don't know. What did you do? Did you do it just for you and then put it on the internet, or what was the process there?
The internet came quite a bit later, actually. But yes, it was just my radio logs, and then I finally put together everything for the internet.
Okay. And is that website still up and running?
It is. I don't know how long it's going to be because I haven't renewed it, but I think probably it's got another 8 years or so to go.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything with it.
Right.
In fact, I didn't even look at it. By the way, you mentioned Dave Golden.
Yes.
Dave Golden, I knew who he was, but we didn't really talk very much. But I had another friend in New York by the name of Dave Siegel.
Dave Siegel,
and
yes.
Dave Siegel and I were very, very good friends. And he and Dave Golden were good friends. So every once in a while, I managed to talk to Dave Golden, but didn't really know him or anything like that. And then so one day, Siegel, we were talking and everything, and he said, Dave Golden told me to ask you to quit using his descriptions on some of your logs. I said, well, I'll stop using him on my logs if he stops using my description in his logs. So he mentioned that to him, and I guess Golden just laughed, and he says, okay, he can use as much as he wants. And that led to a very, very close relationship with Golden, even though we had never met each other. And so then Golden and his wife came out to watch their granddaughter's graduation from UCLA a couple of years ago. And he made it a point of coming out and meeting me at that time.
Yes.
Very memorable meeting. and we've kept in close contact ever since. So he is one of my favorite friends.
Yeah, he's very, very nice man, very misunderstood in the world of old-time radio because everybody thinks just because he has all these shows, they should all be just available to everybody for free any day of the week. But very, very nice and very generous when you get to know him.
Very generous. He's just a great guy, and I enjoy him very much. And we talk all the time.
Yeah, I've been to his place a couple times in Connecticut, and we've had him on as a guest here. Yeah, his was probably the longest interview I ever did. He had so many stories and so many things, and it's quite interesting. If you haven't heard it, it's on our thing. You could look it up and listen to it if you want to. Back to your radio logs. Another question has appeared on my pad of paper here. It says you have titles and dates for shows that are lost. How did you find those?
Oh, well, in a lot of cases, I was able to find, from radio stations actually, find listings of these programs. And I would go from there. And in other cases, I would just listen to the programs before of a particular listing and listen to what was going to be on next week, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So I had various ways of getting it, but and in some cases I stole the information from people like Dave.
Well, now with the internet, there's a lot of newspapers online and different things that you can go and pull off titles and things off of that, but it takes a lot of time to go through that on a day-by-day basis and pull off the information.
Yeah. And in some cases, I did it by listening to the radio program. Even if I didn't have that show, I had the show the week before, and they usually gave a pretty decent description of what was coming up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's all kinds of ways to do it, but you and Dave were, I guess, the pioneers with being able to do that. So we can put this out there along with this. What is the I guess they call it IP address for your radio logs and all that? How does someone who's listening to this, how they go look at it? How do they find it? You don't ever go look at it, so you don't need to find it.
I think it's just otrsite.com.
otrsite.com, oldtimeradiosite.com. Okay. It doesn't have your name attached to it then in the main address.
No, my name is not in it at all.
Okay.
I tried to get a name that was kind of short and a little bit easy to remember and pertain to the old-time radio.
Okay. Well, that's good because, yeah, the information that you have up there will be valuable tools for researchers in the future. And as you say, if it's good for at least 8 more years, that's 8 more years of people who can look it up that way. That's good. I hope it doesn't go away forever, but who knows?
Well, there's another way, too. Speaking of Dave Golden, just kind of as a tribute, I guess, he put up my radio log on his site with a few little additions on it. He did a really nice job.
So if people go to his, which is I think Radio Golden Index or something like that, I can't remember what his is either, but
got a new site on there now that's called Radio Golden Information. Radio Gold Information.
RadioGoldInformation.com or .net. Okay, RadioGoldInformation.com. Okay. Yeah, just so we keep this out there so people can go look, because there's all kinds of researchers on various personalities, stars, programs. There's a bunch of books that have come out from a company called Bear Manor Press, and I believe they're in Colorado, and they do a lot of books on various topics related to radio. So there's a number of younger people out there that are researching vintage radio and are listening to all these things, and will go a long way to keep it alive for the next few decades at least.
Yeah.
What do you see for the state of the collecting radio hobby now, and what do you see for the future?
I really don't know what it is right now, and I hope it keeps going in the future. I really don't know what the interest is in old radio anymore.
Well, we get an awful lot of listeners to this podcast, and the numbers are pretty darn high for a podcast on old time radio.
Right, and I know I still get people tell me because of my eyesight I can't really see much on the website. People tell me that I've got a counter up there, and they tell me that it keeps going up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we can all hope that continues well into the future, because the way I look at it, good entertainment is good entertainment. And it doesn't matter if it's a film or a television show or a radio program. If it's good, it will endure and it will find a new audience as time marches on. So I'm trying to do my part to push that along a little bit. You've obviously done your part for a long time, and that's fabulous because you've inspired a ton of people. So we just keep doing that and hope that the next generation picks up on it. And so far, to me, it seems like they have. I just hope it continues.
Yeah, I do too. I wish I could do more to keep it going.
Well, you've done enough. How many years doing this? Since the 1965? Yeah.
Yeah, right. 1965 is when I first started doing it on the radio.
Yeah, so that's a long time. Okay, my producer has handed me my pad back with another little story here saying, do you have any wild stories about acquiring discs?
Oh, I'm trying to think. No, I really can't think of any wild stories.
Okay, because there are some, in my case, I find them all over the place in very obscure locations across the country. When I'm out hunting records, I have a whole network of people that are record collectors, 45, 78s, and LPs, and they all know that I want those big records with radio shows on them. So when they're out looking, they don't really care about that. They're looking for rock and roll albums or whatever else. But if they see them, they certainly let me know, and then I get to go and deal with that. Any stories about any collection of any particular transcription discs that you saw that you weren't able to acquire, and then something happened and they're probably now lost? Is there anything like that?
Well, I can think of something, but I can't think of all the details, so I better not even bring it up.
All right, well, I'm going to give you one. Since producer Daniel wants one, I have an interesting one that you'll find interesting as well. When I was doing the archives library for SPERDVAC back in the late 70s, I had a call from a guy, and his name was Vic Diorio, D''Orio. And he called me on the phone and he said, hey, I understand you're looking for those 16-inch transcriptions for radio shows. And I said, yes, what is it that you have? And this is his story. He said that his father was a huge fan of Inner Sanctum Mysteries. And he said, my father had money, and he ordered from Radio Recorders, or one of the recording studios in L.A., a copy on 16-inch transcription of every single episode of Inner Sanctum for all the years it was on. And he said, I have all of these. They're in my garage in Long Beach. And I said, okay, that sounds really interesting. The early Inner Sanctums, as many people know, are missing, most of them. It's the later ones that we have, and we don't even have all of those. But anyway, he claimed to have every single one of them from his father. And I said, okay, what are you wanting to do? And he says, well, I don't need them. They're just in my garage and they're taking up space. If you want them, you're welcome to them. And I said, okay. So I said, let me make some arrangements and I'll bring a truck down and we'll get them. So he says, okay, call me next Sunday at 10 a.m. and we'll confirm, and I'll meet you and we'll open the garage and you can take all that stuff if you want it. So the following Sunday, I called him at 10 a.m., and he says, oh, man, he said, I got a problem. He said, I was moving some of that stuff, and I got cut on a glass transcription disc, and I got really cut, and I had to go to emergency, and I'm all sewed up. Can we do this another day? I thought, okay, I guess we can do it another day. And he's like, all right. I'll contact you again in a few days when I'm better and I think I can do this. Well, I didn't hear from him. And I guess I let a week or so go by, and I called the number, and he says, oh, I have bad news for you. And I thought, oh no, what happened here? And he goes, well, he said, my brother, who lives in Petaluma, California, found out that I was going to give all this stuff away. And he said, no way are you doing that. And he got in his car and he drove down here and he hauled all that stuff up to Petaluma. And that's where it is now. And I said, well, can I speak to your brother? And he goes, well, you can speak to him. But he said, I don't want anybody to have these. These were my father's and I want to keep them. And I don't want to. And I said, well, all we want to do is copy them so we can preserve them. No. He doesn't want to do that at all. Sorry. You're out of luck. So that's my wild and crazy inner sanctum story. I tried to follow through with it about 10 years ago. I looked up his brother in Petaluma, and I called him, and I told him what I was interested in, and he hung up on me. So I assume the brother still has them. If he's still alive now, I'm not sure, but I assume he still has them, but he was not going to part with them under any circumstances or let anybody touch them.
Sounds that way.
Yeah. So those are the sad things that happen. But most people that have those things, as you discovered, are pretty darn nice and pretty darn generous with them. And if somebody really appreciates them and wants to help preserve them, they're usually more than willing to at least let you copy them. If they don't let you keep them, at least let you copy them. So.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what my producer was referring to here, that type of story, if you had anything like that happen to you, but I guess not.
No, I don't think I have any wild stories like that.
Okay. Well, at least I could come and provide you with one, so. All right. Well, I really don't know where else to go with this. I think we've covered most everything. Is there anything else that you would like to say on the record, so to speak, for the future here?
No, other than I just want to thank everybody that's had a hand in helping me all these years, you and several other people involved.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that, and I thank you for entrusting me with your collection of transcription discs. That was very kind of you, and I assure you I am keeping good care of them. They're in a climate-controlled building, and we are sitting here on a semi-weekly basis logging them in.
Well, I'm glad you could use them. I really am.
Well, I will keep them safe as long as I can, and then I'll figure out how to keep them safe beyond that somehow, but we'll keep them safe. Well, thank you very much, Jerry. It's been a pleasure knowing you all these years, and you've been very kind to me always, and it's just been great knowing you, and great to think of all the people that you inspired by putting these shows out there on the air and making them available to people to listen to and salvaging them from the old discs. I mean, this has all been my life, and it was your life as well. And it's just great that there are multiple people out there that are doing this. And you're the big West Coast legendary guy with this. So yay.
Well, thank you, John. And I appreciate our friendship all these years also. It's been wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you so much for appearing on the Good Old Days of Radio show today. It was very nice to have you. And we'll talk to you soon, we hope.
Thank you.
All right.
All
right. Thank you. And this is John Tefteller in the Good Old Days of Radio show. We'll be back on Thursday with more radio programs and back next Tuesday with more radio programs. And thanks to Jerry Haendiges for spending some time with us today. You can find his radio logs at otrsite.com. As long as they remain up there, we hope they remain up there for a long time, and that you can use that to research your favorite program as to what exists and what doesn't. And at least whenever he had completed logging it, he's not adding to it right now, but he's got a wealth of information for you up there. So anyway, John Tefteller in the Good Old Days of Radio show. Thank you for listening.